Question number 6, Simon O'Connor.
Speaker.
Order. Order.
Speaker,
I have a point of order from the Right Honourable Winston Peters.
With respect to question 5, which is pretty important to this House, we didn't hear what just transpired down there.
Oh, I apologise. There was a bit of noise. A member whose question the question is in has declined to ask the question. It therefore moves to question number 6. Point of order. Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Mr. Speaker, I seek leave for the New Zealand Public Health and Disability (New Medicines and Rare Conditions) Amendment Bill to be set down for first reading forthwith.
Leave is sought for that course of action. Is there any objection? There is objection. Question number 6, Simon O'Connor.
Thank you.
Order. Order. Question number 6, Simon O'Connor.
Third time lucky. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Question to the Minister for Social Housing. What recent announcements has she made about community housing providers increasing social housing supply in Auckland?
Mr.
The
Speaker.
Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr. Speaker, yesterday I announced that the government is contracting with 5 community housing providers in Auckland who will deliver more than 500 new social housing places over the next 3 years. The response from the sector was very positive. We're contracting for more than 200 places than we expected to, and a range of providers are on board, including the Salvation Army, who will provide 87 places, accessible properties, and the Chinese New Settlers Trust.
Supplementary question.
Supplementary question, Simon O'Connor.
What does the success of this process reveal about community providers' ability to supply new places?
Well,
The
Mr.
Honourable
Speaker,
Paula Bennett.
getting new housing in Auckland is challenging, but community providers have consistently said that if we give them long-term flexible contracts, they can fund new social housing developments. That's what we have done, and they've stepped up to the plate. We changed the law so that MSD can negotiate contracts for up to 25 years, giving providers a government-backed guaranteed income stream that they can then borrow from.
Supplementary question, Phil Twyford.
Will she admit that her announcement yesterday won't house a single extra family because of the fixed allocation of subsidies? And because of her government's refusal to actually build houses and increase the stock of housing, people will continue to languish in cockroach-infested caravan parks on her watch.
That's right. The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr. Speaker, well, absolutely not. Of course more people will be housed because there will be more places and because they're also building new ones. So as they're built, that means that they will take people off the wait list and place them in the houses. So I know the member doesn't like good news, and I know that he would like to see those people stay in those cockroach-infested cabins because he can then talk about it and try and blame the government. But we are taking action, we are seeing progress, and this is evidence of that.
Question